Races movie. It kind of killed me a little bit.
Yeah, Wacky Races would be pretty cool with all them.
It destroyed me on the inside because I was kind of going, actually, yeah, I'd want to see that. And it wouldn't even have to be the actual cars. It could just be like a bunch of idiots who like spent a little bit of money to customize a car to look like one from their favorite TV show, and then all of them get into like a big Wacky Races thing together.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Yeah.
Like, oh my god!
No, it doesn't explain it though. Did it explain it in the middle of that? Like, here's where you can get all your stuff. I thought it was a toy thing. Like,
no, it's not a toy thing. It's a new advert's pickup service. So basically, you order all your stuff online, you drive to the shop, and there's a Wal-Mart greeter out there with your bag of shopping. They stick it in the boot for you, and off you go. It's basically to make fat, lazy Americans even fatter and lazy.
Well, then, win-win situation then.
So it's for its pickup service. It has some of cinema and TV's most iconic vehicles coming together to get their groceries. I think it's a brilliant idea for an advert.
Yeah.
So Bumblebee, Jurassic Park, Batman, Back to the Future, Knight Rider, Ghostbusters all use the same store, it seems. And that's all fine by us. We just wish that we could have been there while they pick up their stuff.
Yeah.
It's a really cool advert. You can see it on followingthenerd.com right now. I'm absolutely in love with this.
Yeah.
So going from Venom, which is a terrible movie that
haven't seen it.
For some reason absolutely love, to another movie that doesn't really look great, but you've seen and also loved, Aquaman.
Yes, Aquaman.
So we have a little bit of a story on Aquaman here, and it's quite controversial.
Oh, okay.
So when the official Oscar shortlist for visual effects dropped for next month's ceremony, we were all shocked to see, not all of us, I don't care, we're all shocked to see that James Wan's Aquaman hadn't made it on there. Despite Ready Player One, Mary Poppins Returns, Welcome to Marwen, what the hell that is, Black Panther and Avengers Infinity War all made it onto the list. So Aquaman's not on that list. Probably for good cause too, because some of the effects look ropey as hell. So, judging by the trailer anyway. Now, while we admit that most of those movies had really good effects, we don't think anyone could deny that while Aquaman is flawed, its underwater world is the thing to behold.
Yes.
And apart from episode 1's brief underwater scene, something that really hasn't been done before. The fact that it's done so well means it absolutely should have gotten, at the very least, a nod. And it seems that director James Wan agrees. Now, he's been throwing some fire here.
Oh.
He's been throwing some shade. Taking to Facebook, Wan was shouting to visual effects supervisor Kevin Scrabble Cheater when he told him, Kelvin, you and your department are the unsung heroes of this film. The fact that your VFX peers in the Academy aren't recognising or appreciating what we/you all contribute to the film and cinema is an effing disgrace.
Ooh, he's really, really angry.
So, harsh words for sure, but we can definitely feel Wan's anger in the situation. Can you? So yeah, basically Aquaman's been snubbed at the Oscars.
Damn, that's bad.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a shame.
No, in all honesty, I will agree with this. Like, the underwater scenes were fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, really, really good.
Some of the other effect sequences, not just the underwater, I mean some of the other effect sequences that I've seen in the trailers and behind the scenes stuff and all, it looks really bad. It looks really, really ropey in places.
I will
it looks like
say,
they turned into cartoon characters at one point.
There's one scene in particular, the rooftop chase scenes. Yeah, those bits are ropey for me. But the underwater one, perfect. Like, everything in that was great. But I'm really shocked that they didn't even get a nod or anything.
Well, as they say in my country, I don't care.
Well, your country's a back.
I'm just beyond care. Another project that I couldn't give a rat's behind about is this new live-action Dumbo remake.
Not just that.
Defunct.
Not just that. Any Disney remake of this or live-action remake, no.
Yeah, well, like we've talked to death about this in the past.
Like, but it's just no.
So the hack frauds at Disney have released some character posters for this new Dumbo remake, reimagine, whatever. I mean, getting Tim Burton to direct this. Dumbo! It's being directed by Tim Burton.
I will not lie. When a friend of mine, Darren, looked at it and was like, "Oh, this looks interesting." As soon as he seen Tim Burton, he went, "No." He just automatically went, "No."
So Dumbo. That's what I'm going to refer to it as from now on. Dumbo. It's not Dumbo. It's Dumbo.
Is this going to be like a dark version or something?
Yeah, it's going to be Dumbo.
Dumbo.
Dumbo is the dark version. Yeah, it's his original African name before he was taken away, put into a life of circus slavery.
You can fly for some reason.
Yeah. Dumbo is my slave name. In the mighty wilds of Africa, I was known as Dumbo.
Please tell me that'll never turn into a meme.
Probably will. I tell you what, it's going to turn into a meme. These character pictures. So, Danny DeVito was in the movie, and he's playing like the circus ringmaster.
Way.
Honest to God, I can't look at this without thinking Frank from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Big time.
Now,
Big
you
time.
can see these on followingthenerd.com right now. Dumbo himself looks like a horrible CGI nightmare.
Yeah.
He actually does. He looks like something I can't mention on air.
Yeah.
Doesn't he, though? That looks horrible. Michael Keaton's in the movie as well, so it's a real proper Batman Returns little
I'm waiting for him to turn
together.
around and like the mask goes away and he's like, and it's pen going, I finally got you now, Batman. Yeah. I would love that.
So that's Michael Keaton in the movie.
Is he a bad guy?
I
Or
don't care.
He looks like a bad guy.
Colin Farrell, that Irish hack, he's in the movie
Oh
too.
my god.
Eva Green, who I still have the world's biggest crush on after seeing her in Casino Royale, is playing
okay.
Harley Quinn in the movie, it seems.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the red and blue hair and stuff, yeah. Oh, God.
That's a shame. Just a shame.
Things I would do to that woman, honest to God. It would make a whore blush.
Hello, this is George Takei, and this is Following the Nerd. Live long and prosper.
Hi, I'm Gates McFadden, and I'm following the nerd.
Star Trek 4 has been cancelled. Isn't that terrible?
Shocker.
Oh, wild. Yeah, so this looked pretty much on the cards because Chris Hemsworth was supposed to be coming back playing James Kirk's dad.
I don't see that.
After he got blowed up in the first movie.
Oh, not doing time travel again.
There's going to be time travel or some sort of nonsense because basically whenever they got Chris Hemsworth on to play his dad, this was before Thor and the Avengers and all that.
Yeah, well,
so Chris Hemsworth
yeah.
was just basically like a job and actor, so he got a little bit of a gig at the start of the first Star Trek movie playing Kirk's dad. And he gets all blowed up and he dead. So, and then also Chris Pine decided to walk off the project as well for Star Trek 4. Basically, it's a whole big shambles of an affair.
So there's like stuff behind the scenes type
where
things
basically
going on?
the second movie, like they released the movies too late, one after the other. And they rushed Star Trek Beyond into production to get it out for 2016 for the saga's anniversary. I think it was their 50th anniversary.
Yeah, it would have been
for Star Trek.
Yeah.
So they got Beyond out in time for it. Not a lot of people went to see it because they were disillusioned by Into Darkness.
I'd give them that. I would give them that.
And also the fact that the budget was way too high. So for Star Trek 4, they wanted a lower budget and they wanted to pay the actors less. And all the actors were like, are you kidding me? Chris Pine's got Wonder Woman, Chris Hemsworth's got Thor and all the Avengers movies. Zoe Saldana's got Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, they're sorted.
And Avatar and stuff as well. So they're like, either give us money or we're gone.
And they went.
So Paramount were like, okay, we need to start making cheaper Star Trek movies with
so is that mean
more
they're
audience appeal.
like can redcon all those again and redo it over again?
I just basically think that as a movie franchise, this timeline is gone. This is dead. And also Anton Yelchin, who sadly passed away a couple of years back.
Yeah, that was tragic.
He was no older than us.
Isn't it so
and
weird
he got crushed by a car.
Isn't it so weird? Isn't it? I think it's like they were going to recall all the cars back.
Yeah,
something down that line.
Some sort of thing. It was like a faulty handbrake or something like that, and basically he was killed.
That was sad.
So I loved him in the Star Trek movies as well as Chekhov. I thought he did a really good job. I loved him in Terminator Salvation as well. So it's really sad to see him go. I don't think the franchise could have handled it.
No. No.
Like especially coming back with a restricted budget.
Isn't it funny though that when the Star Trek movies came out, that they were, well, in all fairness, they weren't really big name actors back then, and now they're all separated and stuff.
Yeah, they've all just like blown up.
Yeah,
in the last couple of years.
You're trying to you're trying to get them all to come back to this movie. Not going to happen. The only way I could see that Star Trek ever coming back is a completely new reboot.
Yeah, they're going to have to this one. Also, Discovery is pants. I'm sorry, but it is absolute garbage.
I will be honest with you, because I might have people were doing reviews and talking about it. It's like, you know what? I'll watch it. I regret watching it. I watched the first series, and
it's really bad.
Who's it targeted to?
The Orville is a better Star Trek show.
Yeah,
than Star Trek Discovery is.
Yeah,
I would recommend it. But yeah, so basically Star Trek 4 is absolutely dead in the water. And do you know what? Fair enough, because those 3 movies, I think, make up a nice little trilogy.
Yeah, you give them that, yeah.
And do you know what? The way that Star Trek Beyond ends, it left the door open for a sequel, but it also kind of wrapped things up in a nice little bow. Where all the crew were together, they all understood their roles together, they had a new enterprise, and they were off into the stars again.
Yeah, you could leave it like that.
And do you know what? Fair enough. It works as a trilogy. We reported in August that Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth had walked, and with the death of Anton Yelchin, we always had doubts that it was ever going to happen, but it seems now it's been announced that the project is shelved, and the director S.J. Clarkson has now signed on to the Game of Thrones prequel series instead.
Oh, okay. Well, Game of Thrones people like there be like, yay!
So Karen Gillan is back again. Karen Gillan's career is just skyrocketed in the last
after
couple of
Doctor Who,
years.
yeah.
So she's going to be playing a full action hero in the new thriller Gunpowder Milkshake.
That's a brilliant name. What is this now?
So yeah, she's been in Guardians of the Galaxy, and she was in Avengers Infinity War. She was in that Jumanji sequel,
Yes.
Doctor Who, of course, where it all began. So Gunpowder Milkshake is a new action thriller directed by Big Bad Wolves directors as cheating at Scrabble, and also another guy that's cheating at Scrabble. Plot details are being kept muzzled, but the pick is described as being in the assassin genre with a story that spans multiple generations. The entire cast is envisioned as being all female, with Gillan as the cornerstone. So while this is all that we know so far, word is that Kill Bill, the Quentin Tarantino movies, are a big influence on this.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
So this sounds good to us. We love the title. We also love Karen Gillan. What's not to not to lose here? I think that's great. Audi! Damn Audi. They've revealed if and how Tony Stark survives being stranded in space in Avengers Endgame.
Wait, what?
Shocker. I thought he was going to die in space at the start of the movie. Oh dear. But yeah, so it's one of those big marketing tie-in things, whatever, where basically Audi have their fancy schmancy new car in Avengers Endgame.
Okay.
And Tony Stark's going to be driving it. How can you drive a car if you're down in space, I hear you cry? Well, it's because he obviously survived. But I think that's a given anyway, isn't it?
Well, come on, sure. Like if he died at the start of this, would that be just very sad?
So yeah, basically, the way that Avengers Infinity War ended. Give us a little recap there, Anthony. Where was Tony Stark?
Sitting on a planet, crying his eyes out, holding what's left of dust.
Holding the dusty remains of
Spider Moon.
Spooderfloop.
Spooderfloop.
And Nebula was there as well, Karen Gillan, who we were just talking about. So, in the trailer, you see him leave the message for Pepper Potts. So, we know that Stark gets rescued because at the 2019 Consumer Electronics Show, a bunch of hack frauds got together to talk about their fancy new Audi. So, it's the e-tron GT concept car. It looks like every other sports car that you've seen on the market.
I imagine
so far.
that this is him at the end of the movie driving off in the fancy
Into
car.
the sunset sort of thing.
Yeah.
Or either that, he drives the car straight into Thanos and kneecaps him with it or something.
That'd be wild. That'd be brilliant. A car takes out Thanos.
So, while speaking of Audi and CES, Audi at the event had a Marvel VR experience, which let the users fly a ship through space on its way to rescue someone. And it's called Marvel's Avengers Rocket's Rescue Plan.
Okay.
So, we reckon there's a good chance this means that Rocket is going to be the one that comes out and finds Tony.
That makes sense.
So, how or why, that's yet to be revealed. But it's worth pointing out. Because Rocket ends the movie on Earth.
Yeah, I have a theory to that.
Okay.
If it makes sense.
Tell us your theory.
Well, we know that Nebula is with Tony. I imagine she sent a intercom or a distress signal to Rocket. And Rocket builds a fancy machine out of tech and flies off and sees him.
Well, see, that would make sense because Rocket at the end of Infinity War lost Groot. Mm-hmm. So naturally he wants to find the rest of his friends. He can't get in contact with Peter Quill, can't get in contact with Gamora, doesn't know where Drax is.
He doesn't even know they're gone.
No, he doesn't know they're gone.
Ooh.
So the first thing I think Rocket's going to be doing is he'll build a transponder or something, some little device that detects where the Benatar, the Guardian ship from the movie, is. Mm-hmm. And he'll realise it's on Titan. So he'll either get a rocket or he'll build a rocket or something. Rocket builds a rocket. Yeah. So he builds a rocket and goes out into space to try and find his friends. But instead of finding Star-Lord and finding Drax and Gamora and Mantis and everyone else, he finds Tony Stark and Nebula basically dying aboard this spaceship.
I don't think Nebula, though. I think she can because she's like half
Yeah, well,
part
like,
cyborg.